surreal to know that today is the last day of the Tysonwells Cellarama. We have had such a great time seeing all the people, and as an author, I am so blessed to have sold so many books. I want to just thank everyone that had a part in making this a successful show for me. Also, coming up, I'm going to be sharing more. Jana and I are going to talk about the pros and cons and the ups and downs and the good and bad and the best and worst of Tysonwells Cellarama. And I have requested an interview with Kim and want to discuss the different shows and all that they have here, because everyone doesn't realize that there are multiple shows going on at Tysonwells as well as the market across the street. So stay tuned, everybody. Enjoy today's video. Hey, everybody. It's kind of a slow day today here at Tysonwells. Cheryl, Pup Camper 58, came to relieve Jana for lunch and didn't have any trouble getting parking. Yesterday we were slammed with people. People couldn't get parking. It was like ants everywhere, which is good if you're a vendor.
Yes.
But for the last day, it's kind of nice too, just hanging out. And so I wanted Cheryl to get to introduce herself a little better. Do you remember when we met?
I do remember when we met. I first met you in 2018 at Rice Ranch.
At Rice Ranch. I did not, because of my memory issues, it's not because of her meaning any less to me, but I did not remember that. And I was looking back through something the other day and I saw a comment from you back in the day. And I'm like, Cheryl and I have known each other that long? Long time. Yeah. And I honestly didn't remember that. So
well, because that's where I met C-Dub and Jana.
Oh, so it might have been 2019. They were not at my 18 meetup. Because, see, that's where everybody gets confused, you guys, is because I used to hold my meetup in December, and then Bob's was in January, and I kind of worked that out with him back in the day. He's like, well, you know, I think you ought to start holding an annual meetup. And he said, just don't hold it in January. And I'm like, well, what about December? And so, but we tend to throw those years together.
Yeah, and, yes, that's right, because it falls right at the end of the year.
It does.
So it's like, okay, so was it 18 or was it 19?
19, yeah.
So I think you're correct, Deborah. Yeah. I believe it was then 19.
19, okay.
And that's where I met you at your meetup, and I met Jana and C-Dub's attorney.
Yeah, but you had been following me before that, because I saw a comment, well, I think it was back in even 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, dang. So and that's another thing out here. Do you find that the days run together and the dates are hard to keep track of, and locations of where you were when?
Absolutely. And one thing I regret, since I've been full-time for 6.5 years, I have some things written down, and I do have a small YouTube channel, so
Pup Camper 58.
So I kept up with my journey from the very, very beginning of some places I went, but I really wish I'd have been more diligent about keeping precise records.
Yes,
and I can't remember.
Me too. And I didn't start it until I was hanging out with Frugal, and she does it. Her mother did it, so she inherited that. She has all of her mother's travel journals and dates and everything, and so she was very good about that from day one. And I'm like you, I wish I had been.
I remember a lot of places, and I can look, thank God, I can look back on my little videos that I did, my little YouTube videos. And I kind of giggle at some of my little things I did. Oh, I'm arriving here, or I'm here now.
But it's important over time. You go back and you look and you're like, oh man, And for me, I was blogging back in my early days, like in that year or so that I camped with Bob Wells. I was blogging back then, and that blog no longer exists, so I lost all of that.
I followed you then.
You did when I was blogging?
I knew Nani.
Yeah, Nani and Bentley.
And Bentley.
My dogs. And that was all on blogs mostly. I had some video.
I cried my eyes out. I was not even on the road yet.
Yeah.
And I cried my eyes out when those two passed away.
Same year. It was tough. And you've got your little Clover.
Yeah,
how old is Clover?
Clover is 7 years old. My 14-year-old dog passed away just before I went full time.
Yeah, that's so hard.
I was so sad because I wanted to take her on the journey with me, but I adopted this little sweet mixed breed dog at the Humane
Clover's
Society.
amazing.
And she has been such a loyal companion. She's a wonderful travel dog. She loves everybody. She loves children, and she's dog friendly.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome. Well, this is your first year that you're not having to bug out and leave us because you're not camp hosting this year. She's been work camping every year.
Yep.
But this is your first year where you're actually going to act like you're retired.
Exactly. Even though I retired in 2015 from the state of Tennessee. I'm actually, I got to tell you, Debra, I'm a little nervous. I'm scared.
It's like, what am I going to do with my
Exactly.
time? I get you.
I'm like, okay, where am I going to go? Where am I going to stay? And good Lord, I've been on the road 6.5 years. I ought to know by now.
But you've had somewhere to go and somewhere to be. And,
I've had structure.
And this is the first time it's just like whatever. So do you mind if I share with them what you said when you got here about feeling antsy, having antsy feet?
No, I don't.
Okay, because I would edit it out if she didn't want me to.
No.
So she got here and she goes, I'm getting antsy feet. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Go north? Because anywhere else from here is just colder. She goes, no, I don't want to do that. And so I reminded her that we've got some things coming up. As a group, we're going to be going to Yuma. We're going to be going to Mexico. We're going to be going to Howling at the Moon. We're going with my patrons, which Cheryl is. We've got the Come Camp With Me. We're going to be hanging out with people from people from all over. We don't do structured classes or anything like I do at my annual meetup, KOKO Fest.
Yeah.
But we just hang out, and so you got pretty much February's gone.
I know.
You know,
I'm excited about that because January has been kind of boring.
Not for me. Not for me. But I get it. And so I just wanted you guys to get to know Cheryl a little better, and I hope this helped. And her YouTube is Pup Camper 58, and she puts stuff out when it moves her. She doesn't do it like I do as a business, but they're good, cute videos, and I hope you'll check them out and tell her you saw her on here and are saying hi.
Thank you, Debra.
Thank you,
Love
sweetheart.
you so much.
Love you too. Okay, what do we have for lunch?
Corn dogs again. Today's the last day.
Well, what are y'all gonna eat?
Yeah. You got a small?
Yeah, I never had a corn dog. So
You've never had a corn dog?
What did you just say?
I just said I've never had a corn dog.
But you're starting with the world's best, so now you're going to be spoiled.
Never in my life have I had a corn dog. So this thing is huge.
It is.
I guess there's a hot dog inside of here.
There is, and that's the small one.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, darling.
Joan, did you get a hot dog? I mean, no, corn dog too?
A corn dog.
Yeah.
It is the world's best. Yummers.
All right, you guys remember Susie. If you haven't seen me hanging out with her, we went out on her Razor in Wyoming. We had lunch. We've had lunch several times. We met a pig together.
Yes, we did. Lived in a car.
Lived in a car. And
that was awesome.
It was awesome. But we first met here in Quartzsite 3 or 4 years ago, wasn't it?
How long ago?
Do you remember? Her husband's
4 years ago.
4 years ago?
4 years ago.
He's off camera and he's shy. He says
years
3.
ago? Okay.
And we've been doing this all day. I've been asking my friends, when did we meet? And we're all like all over the board. But anyway, y'all have to check it out, and it's just so good to see her. She came by the other day, and fortunately things were crazy busy, but I didn't get to say hi enough, and y'all didn't get to see her and meet her. So this is Susie, her husband Jeff, and your dog's names?
Ruby and Bailey.
Ruby and Bailey. And in the Razor, they have their own luxury suite that the dogs get to ride in. That Jeff built. Jeff just told me that what is coming up on Friday?
Our 50th wedding anniversary.
Y'all's 50th wedding anniversary. That is amazing. Happy anniversary, you two.
Oh, thank you.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Well, it was an arranged marriage. We were both 10 at the time.
10 at the time, yeah. So you're very, very young still.
Yeah.
And you are. You're young at heart, and that's all that matters. We're all back there talking because we just realized that Susie had told us about a place that had the best slaw dogs in Wyoming, And at the time, it was me, Donna, Joan, and Frugal that went there. And we just all happened to meet here today, coincidence, in Quartzsite, and none of us are camped together except for me and Frugal. How weird is that? So while I went to the restroom and have been uploading today's video, Frugal RV Gal and Pup Camper 58 have been back here already starting to pack up. Thank you, Cheryl and Jana. This is Jerry and Margaret and Jasper, and they came back today and bought my bundle of books of 5, and it's just such a treat. You guys met them on a previous video, but they made a special effort to get here today, and I'm so honored. Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome.
So the reason that I have been using Joan's Scamp to upload videos is because we have my Starlink here and I didn't have enough internet back at camp. Did I say that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's check on the girls.
Let's lay it.
Oh my gosh! It's beginning to look a lot like the end of the show. Until next year.